Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as I promised you on Instagram and on my community page, today I'm going to be sharing with you my office. So a couple of things are not 100% done, and I've made a few changes around the rest of my home, so I thought why not do an updated home tour in case there are new people on my channel or you just want to see what little changes I've made. So if I had to describe my home style, I would say it's very minimalist, a little bit Scandinavian, touches of boho chic here and there with a little bit of glam, if that's a thing. So I like to incorporate a lot of different aspects into my house, and I thought that I would just share my little home with you guys. So if you're interested, then stay tuned. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alithia, and on this channel we talk mostly about perfumes. We also do some minimalism, decluttering, and other things of that nature. So if that is your thing, definitely make sure to head on down and hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's start out with the office, because this is the room that I was sort of redoing that inspired this whole video. So up until now I haven't had a home office, so to speak, and I still don't really need one. I kind of wanted a space to call my own and decorate a little bit. So this is just kind of a quick overview of the office, and I know that it does look a little bit juvenile. The desk is recycled. It used to be my daughter's, and ideally I would like a much larger desk area, but this isn't my forever home, so eventually when I'm in a forever home I will probably get a much larger, kind of bigger, more adult looking workstation. So first of all, you'll notice there is no area rug. I actually asked you guys on YouTube and on Instagram, should I put an area rug in this room? And it was a resounding yes, and I did have an area rug. It was from Walmart. You might remember, I'll put a picture, but I didn't open it up because that was a 5x7 and I felt that it would dwarf the space or like make the room look too small. So I do have a little 3x5 area rug coming from Amazon. It's going to be perfect for the room. So it's not quite done yet, but I will share it on Instagram when I get that area rug. So when you first walk into the room, to the right you have a little whiteboard with gold trim, and I just have this up here so that I can put like priorities or a to-do list, or sometimes I put like motivational quotes or whatever. In the far corner I have this really cute little plant. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's a fake plant. I got it from Winners, Home Sense, Marshalls, one of those places. I think it might be a rubber plant. I think it's supposed to be like a rubber plant, but in any case, it's a really nice little touch of green, which I really wanted in the space. Above that, I do have my vision board, so that's why I have it kind of covered, because vision boards, of course, are very personal, but I just have a few meaningful photos on there and some quotes and things like that. And coming over to the left, we have the desk area. So as I said, definitely not my dream desk, but it does do the job. So I did get this chair new from HomeSense. It's just like a basic like chair on wheels. It's a task chair, very comfortable. It's like the perfect height, very ergonomic for working at this desk space. And on top of the desk, I do have this really cute little journal here. So when I'm sitting down and working, I always like to jot down little ideas. Above the notebook, I have this really cute little plant. And if anybody knows the name of this house plant, please tell me what it is. I want to say it's a jade plant, or it's a variation of a jade plant. It's a tropical plant, but it's not a jade plant, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. It just has these really gorgeous little, like chubby little leaves. It is so cute. It just looks like it has a little head of hair, and I absolutely love it. So you'll notice in my house, I kind of did go crazy with the plants, but I really like plants. Beside that, I have a little marble coaster to put coffee on when I'm doing my work. And I also have this gorgeous Himalayan salt lamp. And what I like about it is you can actually dim it or brighten it like completely. I kind of like how it looks when it's about like midway lit. So I really love the look of a salt lamp. I think it just adds a nice warming, cozy, good energy vibe to the space. Beside the desk, I do have a little waste basket, and then coming over to this big wall. So there's not a whole lot going on over here. This is a rather plain area. I have the little bookshelf there, and it's not completely done. I would like to get something for there. I actually ordered some really cute coffee table books. You guys can tell I was too excited to do this, so I didn't wait for anything to show up, but I have a couple of cute coffee table books coming that I'm going to put there. I also have that little tray with nothing on it right now, and I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't want it to be too busy and too overwhelmed. And then underneath, I do have a photo album, and I might put one or two other things on that shelf, but otherwise I just don't want to overwhelm it too much. So on the top of the shelf, I do have this little rose quartz tea light candle holder, which isn't really holding a tea light right now, obviously. I just like it more so just for the rose quartz aspect. And beside that, I have this really gorgeous candle, and it's like this frosted, sort of like almost opaque white color. And it's kind of citrusy and invigorating and just really nice and light, which is what I like for the space. The candle holder itself is so beautiful that once it runs out, I think I will just fill it with more wax because I definitely want to keep that candle holder. To the right, I do have a little gold mirrored tray, and I just have a few of my perfumes on it. So they're not necessarily any rhyme or reason. They're not my favorites or anything like that. I kind of just grabbed what I thought looked cute. So in the back, I have Gucci Bloom, I have Kale Citrus, Chloe Nomad, Girl of Now from Elie Saab, Miss Dior Eau de Parfum, Chanel No. 5, as well as Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. And they're just some pretty perfumes to kind of bring a little bit of like the other aspects of my channel into my workspace. So I thought that was really cute. And I probably will put them away in the closet after some time just so that they're not constantly exposed to light. On the wall, I have a couple of items. So this is something that's a little bit new because you guys know I'm not a huge fan of a whole bunch of clutter and stuff on my walls. But this one I thought was really pretty. Believe it or not, I actually found this at Walmart. I have matching ones. The other one to this is in the bathroom, but it's a really nice photo and it kind of ties together warm and cool tones, which I really like because this room is of course a mixture of warm and cool tones. So I wanted something that would kind of pull that together and just be very feminine and kind of elegant and clean. And then above the shelf, I have this framed photo, which I just made myself. I actually just printed off this little bit of information about the law of attraction and then put it in a frame and cleaned the frame up and put it up on the shelf or up on the wall. So I am a huge believer in manifestation and abundance and the law of attraction, and it's really nice to have a little reminder in my workspace every day about how your positive thoughts and ideas attract more positive things to you. So I thought that was kind of a nice little touch to the space. In the far corner, I have my tripod, and then there's a closet just to the left of that, and in here I just keep a few other items. So I just have a few perfumes in the far corner there. I've got like some decants, empty decants, some PR stuff, things that I'm working on for YouTube, I should say. This is where I keep some of my camera equipment. It's nothing high tech, but it works. And I also have a whole bunch more perfumes here. I have more perfumes in my bedroom, by the way. This is not all of my perfumes. So I just keep them in here out of the light. And then to the right of that, I do have all of my nursing textbooks and all of my notes from university. So I keep all that stuff so that I can continue to go back and refresh my memory and stay sharp on certain topics. And then to the right of that, I do have just some ink for my printer. And above that is where we keep our linens and bedding and extra pillows and stuff like that for if we have a company, which isn't very often. Then there's a little yoga mat in the back, which doesn't ever really get used. So nothing too fancy for the closet. That's kind of like the best place to keep our linens. And yeah, it's actually quite spacious. So I'm really happy having this extra room here so that things are not sitting under my bed anymore. So outside the office is my daughter's room, and I'm not going to show you that because it would take a really long time, and I guess it's not really relevant to today's video. So we will just move on to the bathroom. So this is kind of an overview of the bathroom. It's very basic, it's very plain, it's nothing too crazy, but I have changed up a few things since the last time I did a video. You'll notice I do have a little bit of wall decor. Like I said, this is the sister photo to the one that's in the office. I felt that the colors were perfect for in here as well because the walls are a little bit of a taupey, almost like a warm tone, and then all of my stuff is gray, so gray and white. So it kind of just tied that in nicely. So to the left, I do have my towels, which are the same towels I had last time. I absolutely love these towels. They're very plush and very like luxurious feeling. And the shower area is pretty much the same. The only thing that's different is some of the shampoos and conditioners are probably different. We do have our loofah and my wide tooth comb hanging on the wall, which I use every time I put conditioner in my hair. I brush through to make sure that it's evenly distributed. So those command hooks were a game changer because there is not a lot of storage in this shower area. My razor, of course, and then these are like the soaps and shampoos and conditioners that we use. So the Ivory is just like a gentle formula for myself. myself and my daughter. This one is for my boyfriend when he comes. The K-Pack Joico shampoo and conditioner, you guys. This is probably the best shampoo I've ever used. I've talked about this in previous videos. I have a very sensitive scalp, and I've also had like, I think a little bit of hair loss lately because of stress, just like lots of things. But anyways, I've struggled with like hair issues before, and I found that this was the single best shampoo and conditioner, like hands down. It doesn't irritate. It's very moisturizing. It's got a proper pH for your scalp. Really, really good. So I do recommend this if you have scalp issues. Of course, I'm not a professional. Always take your advice from your dermatologist, but this is great. If you guys are interested, I will link it down below. I get the value pack from Amazon, and it's really affordable. To go along with that, I actually have the Dove Dry Scalp Care Conditioner. Smells amazing, you guys. Like, you know me, I'm big on smell. It smells so good. It smells like a luxurious perfume almost. And then the argan oil ones are for my daughter. And that's pretty much it for the shower area. So the toilet area, one thing I did do differently here is I picked up a different wastebasket. I thought that this one that has like a lid on it looks a lot nicer than having like the open bin, which is what I had before. So I really like that. I also put a few towels on the back of the toilet seat here. And then above the toilet, I have that photo, and then just the sink area. A couple of the things that are different here, I did get these new marble, like faux marble cup and toothbrush holder from Walmart, just because I felt the colors looked really, really good with everything in the bathroom. And I am still using the Vaseline Advanced Repair Lotion. I think this is the same stuff I showed you guys last time. Really, really good. It doesn't have a scent, so it doesn't interfere with the smell of your perfume. That's my favorite lotion to use. In here we have soap, obviously. And that's about it for the sink area. Here I have a few brushes, just makeup brushes. I have a jade roller. I don't really use the jade roller, to be honest. It's one of those things I buy for myself with good intentions, thinking I will use it and it'll like transform my life, and I just don't honestly use it. And that's about it for the sink area. One thing I will show you guys that has been a game changer is getting this over the door hanger for my hot tools. So my blow dryer and my straightening iron go in there, and it's so nice because before this I either had to have them in a drawer or sitting out somewhere, and it was just always such an eyesore. So this is so much better having it over the door. I can just literally close it, and it's hidden from plain sight. So I'm actually really proud of myself because the linen closet is very clean and very decluttered. I have gone through and with a fine-tooth comb completely gotten rid of a whole bunch of stuff that was just absolutely useless, taking up room, not necessary. So up there we used to have linen that's moved into the office, as you saw. And then on this top shelf here, I do have one more hot tool, which is a curling iron that hardly ever gets used. I have a candle, I have some extra shampoos and conditioners and extra skincare. All of that stuff does get used or will get used. A couple of hair masks, and that's about it for that shelf. On the shelf below, I have a basket with a whole bunch of extra toiletries, so razors, feminine products, spare toothbrushes, more cotton rounds, more contacts, things like that. And I do have 2 pairs of glasses. These are dirty, these cases. I never wear glasses, but I do have 2 pairs of prescription glasses. I also have a static guard, lint roller, and then all of my perfume stuff, or not perfume, all of my nail polish stuff. So I did put all of my nail polish into this little shoebox. Mostly I have neutral colors. As you guys know, if you watch my channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of my neutral nail polish colors. The one I have on right now is called Saved by the Shell, my favorite, my absolute favorite. So that's really nice and organized. And then underneath that, I do have just a few towels. So literally we just have one spare gray towel for if we have company or if one of the other towels is dirty. We have one kind of beach slash swim towel. We have a spare white towel that I use on my hair, and then we have a few face towels. And that's about it for the towel area. So we don't have a ton. I used to hoard towels, and they're just not that necessary. Like, you really don't need that many towels if you do your laundry in a timely manner, I find. And then underneath that we have toilet paper, and I like to keep my toilet paper just neatly stacked in a bin, and it just looks really nice and clean. So I'm very proud of myself for how tidy my linen closet looks. Even though it's not like Pinterest worthy, it's tidy. So coming to my bedroom, and you guys, my bedroom is my favorite room in the whole house, one of my favorite rooms. So when you first come in, you can see this shelf. This is one of my favorite things. And even though you guys know that I'm not huge on a whole bunch of decor and clutter and things like that, I did give myself permission to dress this room up a little bit with some flowers and things like that, because I think they're really beautiful, and I just wanted a way to display handbags and perfumes and make them look really luxurious and beautiful. So this is a way for me to enjoy all of those items. So I do just have a Chanel handbag at the bottom that I just use kind of for decor, a couple of handbags and some flowers. I do have some perfume samples. I guess I'll come closer. I do have some perfume samples there on this shelf with a little and sign and this little bulldog who's actually a piggy bank, but I thought he looked really cute as decor. And on the shelf above, I have a little mirror, or a little photo frame, and this doesn't have anything in it. I just kind of like the way it looks with nothing in it. I just don't really like the look of anything actually in the frame. I know that totally defeats the purpose, but I think it looks pretty with nothing in it. And then to the right of that, I have some of my most favorite perfumes in this beautiful gold mirrored tray that I got from Amazon. I will link as much as I can down below for you guys. I always get questions about where I got this tray. I did get it from Amazon, so I will link that down below for you. Yeah, so on this tray I have, as I said, some of my most favorite perfumes of all time. I recently did a video that was about if I had to start over with my perfume collection, which perfumes would I buy first? And these were the ones. These are the ones that I would run out and buy first. And then on the top shelf, I have my Chanel Classic Flap, and I also have this beautiful vase of roses. So I think that that just looks really beautiful sitting there on display. And that's it for that shelf. So one of the things that I love about this room is how spacious it is. It is quite spacious and quite bright. I did paint it a few months ago because it had that same taupey color that's in the hallway, and I painted it this beautiful light gray color, and the color is You're So Cool from Beauty Tone. So if you guys are looking for a gorgeous wall color, check out You're So Cool from Beauty Tone. Gorgeous, very calming, very bright. Really like that color. To the right, we have a couple of nice big windows, and I do just have some gray curtains with like a sheer material over them. So there's actually two sets of curtains in one, just to give it kind of that like whimsical effect that I really like. And these blinds, you guys, are paper blinds. I got them from Walmart. They're about $7 each. They are so affordable, and they're absolutely perfect for any space because they filter the light, but they still give you a lot of privacy, and they're way less expensive and way easier to install than typical blinds. So I really recommend those if you're on a budget. So we'll talk about the bed for a second because that's kind of the focal point of the room. So everything that you see here can be found on Amazon. So it's just a metal queen frame, and what I really like about it is that it provides a little bit of storage underneath the bed. So it looks very spacious and very airy, and definitely fits in with the minimalist aesthetic. And I do like my bed to have kind of that hotel feel, so I make it with way too many pillows, like a really unnecessary amount of pillows. The ones that I actually sleep with are these two in the middle, and these are with my Lily Silk pillowcases. Lily Silk gave these to me a few months ago. I did a collaboration with them, and you guys, I'm telling you, silk pillowcases will change your life. Then the gray Euro pillows I got from HomeSense. Love them. Even though there's like multiple tones on this bed, I really like the combination of the creams and the taupes and the grays and the white. I think it just looks really plush and comfortable and luxurious. And yeah, I really love my bed. And then this little pillow in the front here is just a really plush one from Marshall's, I think. And yeah, I think I paid like $30 or $40 for it, and I absolutely love that. And the headboard, I believe I got this possibly from Wayfair. And yeah, I love the look of a tufted headboard, and I specifically wanted a white or ivory tufted headboard. Beside the bed, I have a nightstand, and it's a really good size nightstand. It's white. On the bottom, I do have a little book that I've been meaning to read, and I just have not gotten around to it. And this is the Chanel Sisters book. This is a story about Gabrielle Chanel. That was her name before she changed it to Coco Chanel, and this is the story of her when she was younger, I guess. So it's supposed to be a really good book, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. I just haven't had the time lately to read any sort of extra books. And on top of the nightstand, I have a book that I'm also trying to read. This is Atomic Habits from James Clear. And of course, I have another salt lamp. Absolutely love this one. I keep it on quite a lot because I am of the opinion that the salt lamps work their magic while they're turned on, because they have to heat up to do their job. So I don't just turn it on when I'm in the room. I like to turn it on a little bit earlier in the day so that when I come into my room, I feel like it's cleansed my room and like put good energy into the room. I know that's a little hokey, but that's how I feel about it. And then I also have this other lamp that's a little bit more like traditional looking, and I do plug that one in at night when I'm reading because the salt lamp does not give off enough light to read a book. So coming onto this side of the room, we have a mirror standing in the corner. And I know it doesn't look very luxurious, you guys. This is actually just one of those cheap $10 Walmart mirrors. I've tried to replace it, but I keep coming back to these ones. I don't know what it is about it. I just prefer these mirrors. So I've had a lot of people comment in previous videos that it would really upgrade the look of the room if I was to get one of those really big, like, 6 or 7 feet tall mirrors, but I just haven't found one that I like as much as these ones. And again, it's not my forever home, so I'm not going to invest in a $200 or $300 mirror. So then to the right of that, we do have my dresser. And I absolutely love this dresser, you guys. I got this when I moved in here. I've talked about it a couple of times. This is the Shoal Creek dresser in white, obviously, and it does match the nightstand. So I will link this down below. I don't know if it's available anymore. I just like everything about it. I think it's got such a beautiful traditional design, and it just kind of goes perfectly with the aesthetic of the room. So on the dresser, I do have a cake tray actually, and this I got from HomeSense, I believe. It's definitely not made to be a perfume tray, but I got it specifically to hold perfumes for my videos. I got this probably about 7 or 8 months ago, you guys. I've had this for such a long time, and I absolutely love it, and it was so inexpensive. People ask me all the time where I got it. I cannot find a link for something similar. Like, I shouldn't say that there's similar items, but I cannot find like this exact item, but I will try to link something down below that's similar if you're interested. And on this tray currently right now, I do have lipstick on from Replica. I have Byredo Belle d'Afrique. I have Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely, which is my favorite bedtime scent. I have Chloe Absolue de Parfum. I have Chanel Chance Eau de Toilette, and I also have Chanel Chance Eau Tendre Eau de Parfum. Funny story with this one. I bought this a year ago at the beginning of the pandemic. It was a blind purchase. I thought I was getting the Eau de Toilette. I ended up not liking this one. I was really new in my fragrance journey. I didn't know the difference between an Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. So I didn't like this. I gave it to my mom. She ended up giving it back to me. So I have this perfume now, and it is the Eau de Parfum, and I really don't care for it that much, you guys. Like I've told you, I'm not a huge fan of the Eau Tendre. That's the only Chanel perfume I don't care for. But anyways, I have it here for now, and it does remind me of my mom. It's kind of a nice little keepsake from her because I love perfume and I love my mom, and she gave this to me essentially. So to the right, I have these beautiful roses that are from Rose Forever New York. I've talked about this company quite a few times, and I just keep these little string of pearls in here that I use in YouTube videos for props. Beside that, I have this beautiful candle. This is, I hope I'm saying it right, Palo Santo. It's just like a really luxurious, clean, like beautiful smelling fragranced candle. And beside that, I do have a Chloe box from a handbag. And I really think that handbag boxes make beautiful decor. So I do like to have handbag boxes out from time to time, especially this one because it's so clean and fresh and just looks really nice sitting out. And then beside that, I have this really beautiful little gold terrarium style piece of decor. I don't have anything in it because I kind of like just how it looks just as a piece of geometric decor. And then beside that, I have my jewelry organizer. And the jewelry organizer is from Umbra. I always get questions where this is from, and I will link it down below for you as well. I got this from Amazon when I first moved in here, and it is absolutely the most perfect jewelry organizer. You can hang all of your watches, all of your jewelry, all of your bracelets, and then there's like a little area on the bottom to keep other odds and ends. So I have a cute little button, which I just use for props in my videos, a few rings that my mother gave me, actually 2 rings my mother gave me, one from my grandmother, that was her wedding band, and then I just have a couple pairs of earrings, and that's about it. I try to keep my jewelry collection very minimal as well. So that is literally all I have for jewelry. And I actually can probably even declutter. I think I might get rid of this little guy. So standing in the far corner and looking up is my closet. And I'm not going to take you through my closet today because I think this video would just be way too long. But the closet is pretty well organized, and it's a nice spacious kind of a walk-in sort of. Like, it's not huge, but technically I guess it would be considered a walk-in because there is quite a bit of room. Yeah, lots of storage space. And I really do like the look of like the French doors, the 2 double doors there at the end of the bed. So then of course I have this huge hallway that leads down the stairs, and as you can see, let me put the lights on. As you can see, I have nothing on the walls right now. I guess if this was like my house, if I was going to be living here, I would probably put something like maybe up there, maybe a couple photos going down the wall, but like I've told you guys before, I kind of like the look of it just being open, so there's really nothing going down the stairwell. So now we will head down into the living room. Okay, so when you first walk into my house, you find yourself in the living room, and so to the left is your living room, straight ahead is the kitchen area, and then you have your stairs going upstairs, and to the right you have this big closet area, which is pretty well organized. I'll just give you like a little peek. There's really nothing much in it. Just some shoes, jackets, handbag, and a few items up here. So I have a Louis Vuitton box from a perfume that I bought a long time ago. I just need to decide what to do with it because I really don't need the box. It's pretty though, so I'm having a hard time letting go of it. And then up there we just have like toques, mitts, helmets, things of that nature, and then we have my stethoscope. So the theme for the living room, as you guys can tell, is also those kind of beige cream tones with gray and little pops of pastel here and there. And as you guys know, if you watch my channel, I'm not huge on a whole bunch of clutter. I literally don't have anything in this room that would house a bunch of stuff. I don't have like shelves or storage units or ottomans or anything where you're going to find like any surprise stuff. So basically what you see in my living room is exactly what you get. So I'm not sure where to begin. So okay, the couch I believe I got from Ashley Furniture, Ashley Home Store or whatever it's called, a few years ago. I really love this couch. It's just a nice light gray, very, very comfortable couch. The cushions I believe are from HomeSense, and maybe 1 or 2 is from Walmart. I'm not 100% sure. Above the couch I don't have any photos, and I wouldn't mind something right there, but I haven't found that perfect photo yet. That justifies me sort of spending the money and bringing something else into my home. So I'm kind of just waiting until I find that perfect picture, and I may not ever put anything there because I do kind of like how clean and open and spacious it looks. The more stuff that you have lying around, it creates visual clutter and it distracts your mind and it forces you to have to process all of that stuff. So in my opinion, the fewer things you have hanging around taking up space, the better, unless you absolutely love it. So this area rug is actually from Walmart, and I really, really like it. It's got that kind of antique-y style to it. It looks almost like a distressed vintage type of area rug, and I absolutely love it. This is actually the same one that I had upstairs, like not this exact one, but the same style is the one that I had upstairs in my office that I showed you guys on Instagram. It would have just been too big for the space, so that's why it went back. And then this coffee table is from Amazon. I bought this about 3 years ago, I think. And this is from, shoot, I cannot remember the name of the company, but anyways, I really, really love this table. It comes to decor on the coffee table. I don't have a whole lot. I do have this crystal mirrored perfume tray or vanity tray, and this I was actually using for my perfumes back in the day, and I really like it, but I needed a little bit more space, and I kind of just switched things up. So I did move this down into the living room, and now it just holds a little vase of hydrangeas, as well as the TV remote, and also this candle from HomeSense, which smells like cotton flower. So it literally makes my whole house smell like I've just done laundry. It is really nice and luxurious, and it's also a wood wick candle. So it kind of crackles as it burns, which I really, really like as well. As well, on my coffee table, I do have a book. So this is a book that I recently purchased, and as I've told you guys, I don't read much unless it's like self-help or productivity. But this one kind of just jumped out at me. I've heard that this had really, really good reviews. It's called The Hate You Give. It's based on a true story. and I'm like, I think 1 or 2 chapters in, and it's already really good. So I'm really excited to continue reading that one. And then I do have this standing floor lamp, which I also really, really like. It's kind of just like a very traditional looking floor lamp, and yeah, it just provides a really nice amount of light for the evening when we're watching TV. And to the right of that, I do have this cat palm plant, which if you guys saw my last video, I told you that I recently salvaged this and rescued it from Walmart. It was the only one that they had left in stock, and he does have a couple of brown tips to his leaves, but I'm trying to revive him. So he's actually doing better, and this sprig here is growing out. It's getting a lot more full, and he's definitely growing and thriving here compared to what he was doing at Walmart. Above the palm plant, I do have a Roman numeral clock, which I really like. Beside the couch, I do have this little wire basket, and this is what we use to hold our cords. So we don't have any electronics in the living room beside the TV, so we don't have like an Xbox or satellite TV or cable TV or anything like that. So literally everything we watch has to be streamed or from Netflix or YouTube. So that's why I have these little cords, and it kind of just hides them so that they're out of sight. And then we also have a little chessboard. So as I've shown you guys before in previous videos, I do not have any storage units or anything like that. So literally all you see on that wall when you're sitting on the couch is the TV. And I like it that way. Like, I prefer just having nothing taking up a lot of visual space. I don't like having something big and bulky underneath the TV. And I really like that there's not a ton of cords. I would like to get a cord hider, like one of those white cord hiders from Amazon, just to make it look a little bit more clean. But otherwise, I think it looks absolutely perfect. I wouldn't want anything else taking up any room or causing any visual clutter or anything like that. So that is pretty much it for the living room. So on the breakfast bar area, I do have a couple of plants. Like I told you guys, you're going to be seeing a ton of plants. In my house, I absolutely love plants. I've always had a thing for house plants. This one here is a golden pothos. So these guys are very hardy and very easy to grow. They don't take a lot of maintenance. And coming over to the right, I do have this beautiful little fern plant. So I absolutely love a fern plant, you guys. These are one of the best air purifiers apparently that you can get for your home. And this little guy was only about $6.97 from Walmart. I absolutely love him. I think he is so perfect and so cute. And yeah, I just think it's like the perfect addition to my house. So that is my little fern plant. So coming into the kitchen area, so to the right is the basement. I'm not going to take you down there because it is pretty boring. All I keep down there is my laundry stuff, my printer, cat litter, some of my daughter's toys, and then you pretty much just come into the kitchen. So you can see that it is quite spacious, which I really, really like. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the floor. The floor looks very dirty to me, like this color of tile or of laminate looks very dirty, but again, I'm renting, so there's not much I can do about it. And I don't really like the contrast between the cherry, and it just doesn't look great to me, but I try to look past the floor. So yeah, when you first come in, you have the kitchen table area. So this is a very small setup, and I don't mind it. I actually really like it for my space. Like I said, because this isn't a forever home, I didn't need something really big or really expensive. I mostly just wanted something kind of contemporary and functional with a little hint of some sophistication to it. So I did find everything that you see here on Amazon. Ideally, I would have liked the wood color to match, but they're totally opposite. But I kind of look past that as well because I'm just not that picky about those leg colors, I guess. Yeah, so everything I have here I will link down below. So on my table you pretty much always see my laptop, a cup of coffee, and a candle, as well as my phone. And even though I have an office now, I have to admit I still spend most of my time down here at this table, I think because this is where the coffee is. And I do have these 2 beige tufted chairs, which unfortunately my cat has done quite a number on. She has really scratched them up. And of course my cat is sleeping, well, not anymore, but this is where she likes to sleep. This is her favorite spot to sleep. In the corner, I do have a little stand which has my monstera, and this is one of my absolute favorite types of plants in the world. Monsteras are very, very low maintenance. They're really not very fussy at all. This guy is absolutely thriving in this corner because he gets the sunlight every single morning when the sun rises, and he has grown so much since I've moved into this house. I absolutely love the the beautiful leaves of the Monstera plants. They're shaped like a little heart, and they just look absolutely beautiful and luxurious and very tropical. So that is one of my favorite plants in the world. He does need to be repotted though, because his pot is getting a little bit small for him. Then beside that, I just have a trash can, and then in here is where I keep the cleaning stuff. And I really like that everything is just hung up on the wall there. I just have them hung with a couple of nails. I have a bag of bags, of course, because who am I if I don't have a bag of bags in my house? And then above that, I do have my laptop holder, a bag for work, couple extra candles, some soil for when I repot plants, and some light bulbs. And then down here is where I keep recycling and spare boxes and spare stuffing and stuff like that. So if I sell perfumes or send perfumes in the mail, I always have boxes and stuffing to pick from, and I do have some perfume boxes. So if in the event I do decide to sell any of the perfumes I have upstairs, I do have their original boxes here to go with them. One thing that I absolutely love about the kitchen is the white cabinets. I think that white cabinets just really open a space up and make it so nice and bright. And I definitely have more cabinet space than I actually need. I actually have a couple of areas that don't have anything underneath them. This is really nice because the last place I lived in had probably about 25% this much space. It was really a tight squeeze. So as you can see, I don't have a whole lot on my countertop, again, keeping with the same theme of not having a lot of visual clutter out, because I just don't like a lot of visual clutter. So starting on the right, I just have a little book, which is a notepad, and this is where I write my to-do list every single day. One of the first things I do after I've had my coffee and my breakfast is I get out my book, I get out my pen, and I write myself a to-do list, and it helps keep me focused and very, very organized. So I also have behind that just a couple of tax forms and bills and just anything that needs some attention. To the right of that, I have a couple of boxes. I do have a new Montal perfume here to share with you guys, and oh my gosh, I smelt it, you guys. It's incredible. I cannot wait to share this perfume with you. Coming to the right of that, we do have the sink, and I do apologize, there's a couple of dishes in there, but this is pretty much how the sink area always looks. I don't keep any soaps out or any lotions or anything like that. I just prefer having a little bit more of a clean, clear, clutter-free space because it's less for my brain to have to process. So it just looks a lot more neat when everything is tucked away nicely underneath the sink. So under here is where I keep all of the stuff that you would normally find on top of the sink. So this is where we have our dish soap and some hand lotion. I also have my gloves here. I always wear gloves when I'm washing the dishes, and our little scrubby thing for doing the dishes. So we have some garbage bags, we've got floor cleaner, we have a thing of car cleaner, we have vinegar, so when I make my household cleaner, baking soda, hand lotion, dish soap, and then we also have a cat hair lint remover because my cat sheds like crazy. We have a mop pail, and we also have a couple of little spray bottles here. So this one here is just water, and I use this to spray my plants. And I also make my own household cleaner. So this is just vinegar and water, half and half. And obviously this does not disinfect, but it works great for cleaning all of the surfaces on a regular basis. Glass, everything, it doesn't leave a single streak. It is awesome. So I definitely recommend vinegar and water for a cleaning solution. But if I do need to disinfect, or if somebody's sick or something like that, then of course I do have my bleach solution as well. And that's about it for underneath the sink. So I do try to keep it very minimal and very organized and only have the bare minimum. For some reason, I do have 2 floor cleaners right now. I'm not sure how that happened. So coming to the right, we have like what used to be my little coffee area. I used to have a Keurig machine over here, and it looked a lot busier than it does now. And even to my eye, it does look a little bit plain. Sometimes I have a candle here. I wouldn't mind having one more piece of decor of some sort. I think like a really nice cutting board would be nice, but I do really like how it's nice and clean and open, and just really nothing that's not necessary. In the corner, I do have this really cute little plant. This is actually just a faux plant, and I really wanted a plant like in this corner, but it doesn't get a whole lot of light in the corner, so that's why I went with a faux plant. And then to the right of that, I have this little crystal container that just holds a few teas. So I am a huge tea drinker. Many of you guys might know that I recently gave up caffeine, so I've been drinking a ton of herbal teas and decaf coffee. So we have chamomile and lavender, some decaf Earl Grey, and we also have some lemon and ginger. And then I have a whole bunch of other teas up here in this cupboard, as well as vitamins and my decaf coffee. And underneath that, I just have this paper towel holder. Because I no longer drink coffee, or because I no longer drink caffeinated coffee, I was able to really clean up the coffee area, and now all I really use is this kettle. So this is a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, I don't know what you call this material, but it's like, it looks like an eggshell almost. Type of kettle. Very, very good quality. I got it from, I think, HomeSense or Winners, and I absolutely love it. I use this thing literally like 10 times a day, you guys. Like, I make my decaf in the morning, I make tea throughout the day, we always have tea at night. This was honestly one of the best investments I could have possibly made. And then to the right of the stove, I do have this little sort of a fruit bowl, and I just have a couple of avocados on there. So avocado is something that I eat a lot of. I try to have at least one avocado a day, and I like the way they look sitting on the counter. Again, I like that it just looks very minimal and simple, just that little pop of green in the corner, nothing too distracting or too crazy. And you guys, that is pretty much it for the kitchen, and I guess that basically concludes my home tour. So that was it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you really enjoyed seeing my little home. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments down below, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye for now.